Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I am using this sketch by Page Maps. I went to pagemaps.com. This is from February 2016. I am using the diagonal stripe paper right there. It is from Chamel Starshine and it is called Rosetta. My background that I'm using is a basil cardstock. It all gets covered up, but I still used it to put my pictures down on. This paper I am cutting right there is from Amy Tan, and it's called, that star paper is from Amy Tan. It's called Better Together. It's Stars and Stripes. The other navy paper with the stars on it is from Chamel, and it is called Curiosity. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my papers down. That center one, that was a Chamel Curiosity paper. It was not long enough, so I go ahead and cut it in the center and stretch it along the width of my layout, and I put my pictures right in the center of that. And the other paper is going to go on the top. These pictures, it is a picture of my son and his friend Jesse, and he was 2004. I think he was like 11 years old. And when we lived near Kansas City, which is where I was born and raised, and he lived there until he was 12. The WWE wrestling used to be WWF until the World Wildlife Foundation said, no, you can't do that. But whatever. The WWE wrestling used to go to Kansas City. They might still, I don't know, because we don't live there anymore. But they used to go to Kansas City several times a year. And as often as I could, I tried to take my son because he loved wrestling. Wrestling was his thing. He loved wrestling probably from the age of 4 or 5 all the way until he was probably 14. And he wanted to be a wrestler. That is what he wanted to do. So I used to take him as often as I could afford to. So in the pictures I'm using is him and his friend Jesse. And then the other picture is a picture of a wrestler that had just won a match. I think that might be Brock Lesnar, but I am not sure because it is so far away. I can't tell. So I had punched out some notebook punch out of this blue cardstock. That blue cardstock had came in the Scraptastic kit from March 2016, and I used my Fiskars notebook punch to punch that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Maybe some of that should have been cut out. I'm going to ruffle up the notebook punch to make it just a little more dimensional. So now I'm going to go ahead and stick down my pictures, and as you can see, that top strip, it is crooked, and I'm hoping at the end you won't be able to tell much because I do things crooked. I always do things crooked, and I don't know why. Right here I'm cutting out this piece of paper. This is where I'm going to put that underneath the wrestler's picture. I had thought I would do some journaling on it, and I actually end up not doing any journaling on this page. I just put some letter stickers on that portion right there. But it was originally intended for journaling, but I decided not to do any. So right here I'm cutting out several stars. Bunches and bunches and bunches of stars. I'm going to put down 2 rows to the left, 1 row to the right. The row on the furthest left, it goes up higher, and the one on the furthest to the right goes down lower. So it's kind of like a diagonal that you will see there. So I do 1 layer, and then I glue the entire layer down, and then I stitch over the top of those stars. Because if you saw that original sketch, they had hearts. I didn't use hearts, I used stars. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch over that, each row of those stars. I also stitched over that spot that was intended for journaling. And here I am. I don't leave the strings hanging. I actually pull them through from the front to the back. Sometimes I'll leave them hanging, but on this one, it was going to be busy enough. I didn't need the extra hanging of the threads to add anything. It would probably just be distracting and make it look even more messy. So I went ahead and pulled them through and glued them down. So right here I am gluing down another layer of stars, and I'm offsetting them. So you can tell there is another star underneath them. They're not directly on top, they're offset to the side. And I do that for all of them. And then I'm going to stitch down that again. Now the first time I stitched 2 rows, and the second time I stitched 1 row. So that is what it looks like, and I'm going to pull those threads through again so they are not sticking out. Here I'm just straightening out the threads so when I try to pull them through they won't be all tangled. Right here I'm cutting that foam tape and I'm making little teeny tiny pieces. I'm going to pop them up underneath some of the stars, some of their little star arms, star points that are going out to the side. Not all of them, just some of them, so they have some dimension. So I do that on both sides of the layout. It is hard to get the backing off of that because they're so tiny. Right here I am showing you the letters I'm using to write Kemper Arena, and also the letters I am using to write WWE and KC. The WWE and KC is Heidi Swaps, and they are puffy stickers. They are in a teal glitter. And the Kemper Arena is Simple Stories from the Snap collection, and they are in navy blue. They don't stick very well, and I do end up using Scotch Quick Dry adhesive behind them, the Kemper Arena stickers. So I had wound up some teal thread and put it on the left of Arena and put a geotag over the top of it. That navy blue heart is acrylic, and it came in the Scraptastic kit. And then I'm going to put down this flare, and it has words across it, and then in teal it has Fantastic. If you see over to the left, there's that blue lid, and I had just put different embellishments that I thought I might use. So next to the Cool Kid card, I put 2 triangles down that are kind of pointing in toward the title WWE and KC. One is a navy blue and one is a light blue. And then above that, I put a paperclip star in navy blue. I'm not sure what brand that is. I couldn't tell by looking at the package. It was not very clear. So I put some more teal thread down over to the right of the WWE, and I do end up later putting down a Chamel enamel dot in navy blue. I put another one of those Scraptastic Club acrylic stars over to the left of WWE with an enamel dot. So I'm just scattering those around. It is pretty busy because you can see I put 2014 over to the right of that photo of the wrestler. So it is pretty busy already. And I did not add much embellishment to it because I had all those stars. So that's all I'm going to do. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!